What's going on, internet? My name is JB and I'm here today with my week 1 team builder for the IBL, or International Battling League. This week we are taking on MyTurkeySub, coach of the Chicago Cubchoos. So make sure you go check him out. His link will be in the description down below. And yeah, this should be a super fun matchup. This is of course my first game here in the IBL, so I'm pretty pumped for that. Hopefully we can get off to a good start this season. And yeah, just go ahead and go over Turk's team real quick. It's pretty good. A little bit lacking on the amount of Pokemon. He only has 8, so that's, you know, something nice. You only have to prepare for 8 Mons, but he has some humongous starts on his team, so just go ahead and go over them real quick. He has the Mega Gallade, a Rotom Wash, Bouffalants, Sylveon, Celebi, Haxorus with Z-moves, Sneasel with Z-moves, and Braviary. So that's his entire team. Really good Pokemon. Not the best synergy in my opinion. He's got a lot of types covered, but again, it's really easy in my opinion to not really easy. It's easier to exploit a team with less Pokemon than it is to have to deal with you know, a full team. Obviously, he doesn't have a ground type, which is a huge thing. He doesn't have a steel type either, so missing out on a couple like really, you know, important typings. But again, he does have some humongous threats. Mega Gallade and Bouffalants are obviously monsters that can just win games by themselves. Haxorus is super strong as well. Celebi, Sylveon, and Rotom Wash are all super annoying. Sneasel's fast as crap and hits really hard, especially with a band or a Life Orb or something like that. And then Braviary is one of my favorite Pokemon in the format. It's just really underrated. It hits like a truck as well. So he has a lot of firepower packed into not a ton of Pokemon. So hopefully we can you know, exploit his team's lack of members and, you know, pick up a nice little win. So before we go over the team, I want to give a shout out to Dorian for helping me build this team. This is actually this is actually a really fun team to build. I feel like I actually have a pretty good matchup like, in this game. So yeah, again, hopefully we can I could be proved correct in that assumption. So just go ahead and go over the team real quick. First off, we're starting off with the El Tigre, our Incineroar with a Chople Berry. Moves are Darkest Lariat, Flare Blitz, Iron Head, and U-Turn. The speed is for Rotom running its leftover EVs in speed if it's just a bulky Rotom. Otherwise, we just put the rest in attack and HP. And yeah, this is mainly our Bouffalants check, because Bouffalants cannot touch Incineroar really at all. Of course, it resists both stabs. The only move it would really get to hit me would be HP Fighting or HP Ground, which don't really do anything to the rest of my team. Like that, if he goes for one of those two if he has one of those two hidden powers, I have Mesprit right there, as you guys can see. But other than that, this thing just hits the rest of his team incredibly hard. Sneasels that aren't running low kick can't really touch it, and even if he is running a low kick, I have Chople Berry. I also have Intimidate if my Chople's broken, and just drop that thing with a Flare Blitz. I have Lariat, which does decent damage to stuff like you know, Braviary and Rotom Wash hits those neutrally. We have Iron Head mainly just to hit the Sylveon. U-turn out on the Celebi just because there's a weird, like, I mean, Lariat does a lot, Flare Blitz does a lot, U-turn does a lot to Celebi. Like, Celebi just doesn't really appreciate Incineroar at all, unless it's running Earth Power, but we're bulky enough to live in Earth Power unless he specs. And then we have Chople Berry for the Mega Gallade, just so we can take hit from that if we absolutely need to, and bop that with a Flare Blitz or Lariat, whichever one does more. So all in all, I think Incineroar has a very good matchup this game, and I think he can put in a lot of work, especially just hard-walling Bouffalants. That's his main job, is to just wall the crap out of Bouffalants and not let that thing run through me. Next up, we have Aquafini, or Tapu Fini, with Defog, Moonblast, Surf, and Haze. Mainly just max stuff, again, the same speed as we have on Incineroar, just so Rotom with, like, it's 4, basically it outspeeds a Rotom with 4 speed EVs, in case he just decides to throw those in speed. We outspeed that. This is we decided to go max stuff, mostly just as a pretty good Mega Gallade check. Of course, you know, Mega Gallade gets stuff like Leaf Blade, it gets Poison Jab, and it also gets Thunder Punch. It gets all 3 of those attacks that hit me. But, you know, he has to predict that, and I'm bulky enough I can live one and just hit it really hard with a Moonblast. We also have Surf to hit stuff like the rest of his team that's not named Celebi and Rotom Wash. It's pretty hard. Haze to prevent setup on Haxorus or Gallade. And yeah, pretty self-explanatory set. Defog to get rid of rocks. His only rocker is Celebi. if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, it's only rock or Celebi, so don't really have to worry about that, but rocks are annoying, especially when we don't have any real way to, just don't want to deal with rocks, basically. Like, I don't know, I don't feel like I need to explain why I don't like dealing with rocks, because who likes dealing with rocks? Anyway, next up we have a pretty standard Mega Scizor set with Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Knockoff, and Roost. I get rid of, what's it called? I get rid of Bouffalants, and he really can't do anything to this. It's really his only way of killing this Spawn. Glade with Fire Punch hurts, but, I mean, I have Feeny for Fire Punch, so I'm not too worried about that. Mega Glade doesn't appreciate Bullet Punch at all. U-Turn out on like stuff like Celebi or just whatever, and then we have Knock just to knock stuff off. Nothing likes taking knockoffs. I thought about running Swords Dance in the last move slot, but I don't like running SD U-Turn. I mean, sure I will at some point because it's not bad. It's just I didn't really feel like it. I didn't feel like it was needed. Just I don't know. Didn't feel like I needed it. I have plenty of ways of beating Sylveon, so yeah, I don't really feel like I need to boost my Bullet Punch. Like if he's running a berry, like he can only run one berry. Like he's either running Babiri or Kebia, and then Nidoking can deal with it. Or if he's running Babiri, Nidoking can deal with it. If he's running Kebia, then Mega Scizor deals with it. So I'm not too worried about Sylveon because I have a couple of really good ways of dealing with it. And speaking of Nidoking, let's just go ahead and get into that next. We have Call Nido because I cannot think of a better nickname. Please help me come up with a better Nidoking nickname. I named my Nidoqueen I used in a previous league Khaleesi just because it was cool and I was really into Game of Thrones at the time. I still am into Game of Thrones, it's just, you know, seasons, whatever. Enough about Game of Thrones. But we're running a Scarf Nidoking with Earth Power, Ice Beam, Sludge Wave, and Hidden Power Fighting. The speed allows us to outspeed I want to say I have no idea what that speed's for. I think there's just a loss of stat speed. Hold on. You know, this always happens, man. There doesn't enough speed Rotom. Is it for Braviary? Probably Braviary. Yeah, we have enough speed for Braviary, because Scarf Braviary is kind of a threat, so we ran enough speed for that. And then we just have coverage for everything. Earth Power, bops the Bouffalants, Ice Beam for Haxorus and Braviary itself. Sludge Wave for literally everything. He doesn't have a resist aside from Bouffalants, which won't appreciate it because it's a Bouffalants. And then we have Hidden Power Fighting as a way to hit Sneasel. I was a little bit more scared of Sneasel than I was of Rotom Wash, so I decided to have a way of hitting Sneasel. I was thinking like, okay, Hidden Power Fighting or Grass, I'll go Fighting just to deal with Sneasel because it's a little bit more of a threat in my opinion. It's not that it's more of a threat, it's just I have our next Pokemon that's better suited to deal with Rotom, which is Phil Shaman, or Shaman, which is the best nickname I probably ever came up with. We have Seed Flare, HP Bug, Earth Power, and Dazzling Gleam. We decided to run an Assault Vest set just so we could take hits from like Volt Switches from Rotom Wash, stuff from Celebi and Sylveon better. We do have enough speed for Rotom. I can't really put these extra 4 EVs anywhere, and I'm too lazy to bother, so I'm just not going to mess with it. I don't want an odd HP or an even HP number, so I'm just whatever, I don't care. I can get that fixed in Ginning if I need to, but yeah, who cares. Obviously, we have Seed Flare as a way to hit Rotom, Hidden Power Bug for Celebi, which drops it, especially because we're modest. Earth Power hits stuff like Bouffalants, hits really just Bouffalants, and then we have Dazzling Gleam to hit Glade, to hit Haxorus as well, and to hit Sneasel. So, all in all, Shaman has a pretty decent matchup. It's our best offensive check to Rotom, and just puts in a decent amount of work offensively. I like Shaman in this matchup. I think it'll do what it needs to do. And then last but not least, we have Artemis, our Mesprit, with the Colbur Berry. The moves are Stealth Rock, Dazzling Gleam, U-Turn, and Knockoff. With enough speed to outspeed, I want to say max speed Rotom Wash? Or like a... You? No, what's the speed for? Uninvested Celebi. That's what that speed's for. Got it. That's you know, it's sort of smart. I could see that working. But we have Stealth Rock, Dazzling Gleam, U-Turn, and Knockoff. Pretty self-explanatory set. We don't really need U-Turn or Knockoff to do damage. But U-Turn does a ton to Celebi if he's offensive. Knockoff's just nice to get rid of items on things. Dazzling Gleam, 2-shot Haxorus with no invest. And then we just put our EVs in Spadef to deal with Rotom, to deal with Celebi, to deal with Sylveon better, because I feel like we have enough physically defensive checks to Glade. This is a decent check to Glade as well, resisting both of his stabs. It takes basically no damage because of max HP regardless. We don't even really need to be invested to take hits well from that, so it's fine. All in all, I think we have a pretty good matchup this week. Let me know what you think of it, and I will see you guys in the battle tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace out. What's up, Internet? My name is JB, and I am here today with my Week 1 matchup in the IBL. We're here for the battle. I went back to playing the team builders before the videos because I got tired of uploading like 6 videos in 3 days for the whole every upload week I'm in. But anyway, I do want to go ahead and just outright apologize for the post-com because, well, I intended to do live com and I was live comming this video, and I got, we got like midway through the game, and I ran out of space or storage on my computer, and I even deleted stuff in the video, but it still didn't save the file, so feels bad. I know I've been uploading these post-coms in a lot of my leagues lately, and I really do apologize for that because I don't like post-comming. I'm not as good at post-comming as I am live-comming. I feel like my live-coms are just better, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're here with the post-com this week for Week 1. We are taking on Turk. You can see his team on the layout there. The 6 he ended up bringing, and these are the 6 on my screen that I went over in the team builder, which is beneath my logo. Let me know what you think of this layout. I just like revamped the one from PCL. I'm not sure which one I like more. Not sure if I really like either of them, but yeah, let me know what you think of this one too. So let's just go ahead and get into this game and see what transpired here in Week 1 of the IBL. Very excited, my first matchup in the IBL. And yeah, hopefully we can pull out a W in my first game. So he's going to lead with his Rotom, which is super annoying because he's a Rotom. And I legitimately feel like every game in the past 2 months that I've played, there's been a Rotom of some shape or form on the other team. But honestly, I decided to lead off with my Artemis, my Vesper, and I just get my rocks right away because his only removal is this Rotom, so I just want to get those up and in a way, just get rocks up and yeah, just get rocks up. He misses the Willow, unfortunately, as I'm able to knock off this thing turn 2, which is super appreciated. It turns out being a Rocky Helmet Rotom, which is weird, as he just goes Steve Hog. Just ruining all my Mesfit's hard work turn 1. Sorry, I really needed a drink of water. Anyway, I'm just going to set rocks right on back up, as I believe he just goes for his second Will-O-Wisp, and I believe he hits this one, but like I said, or if you guys watched the team builder part of the video, I have U-turn and knockoff on this set, but they're really not there for damage. They're really honestly just there for utility. I don't need I don't need them to do damage, so I don't really mind getting burnt on this. If I wanted anything to be willowed, it would be this. So I'm just gonna U-turn out, just get momentum, and I believe I just go right on into my Shaman, just to I love that name. Just to put pressure on this thing offensively. I know it's not like a Sylvester's Rindaberry or anything. So he's just gonna click Defog once again. He seems to be really afraid of rocks, and doesn't want them on the side of the field, which I totally understand because he wants to deal with rocks. So he is just going to switch his Rotom out and go right on into the Celebi, and that is going to, I believe, did I predict this? Yeah, no, I didn't predict this turn 1, but I wanted to click HP Bug, but I just clicked the Seed Flare, and I actually ended up getting the Spadef drop, which, without the Spadef drop, if he was just max HP, it was still a roll to kill with HP Bug, but since I got the Spadef drop, you already know this thing is dropping. Week 1 HP Bug kill. Oh my god. This is going to be a good season, boys. But we are able to take out the Celebi early, which is very nice. He is going to go right on into the Sylveon, which, like I said in prep, if this thing was Specs, was a big problem. And we're going to find out what he is right now. So I just go for a Seed Flare for damage. He can't OHKO me with anything because I am Assault Vest. He goes for the Hyper Voice. I get about half of that Seed Flare, which is nice. And that does a ton. That pretty much confirms these specs because I did so much. It means he likely isn't fully fully invested in anyway, and he's just going to click the what I assumed at this point was specs. Hyper Voice does a ton to my poor Shaman, and then it does a ton to my Mega Scizor, which I had a decent amount of bulk on this week. So that all but confirms that this thing is a spec Sylveon. He's going to switch out into Blacephalon. Pretty safe switch on his part, obviously. As I believe I make the correct play and just U-turn. I feel like there was no way he would stay in there and just give me his Sylveon that early, so I do believe I just click U-turn. If I would have clicked knockoff here, it would have been such a good turn for me. But it's still a fine turn as I just give momentum if he didn't want to go Blacephalon. But yeah, I just U-turn on into the good old El Tigre. Let me just make sure I had knockoff on this team before I sound incredibly retarded, because it's been a while since I made this up. played this game. So obviously I just go into my Incineroar, which Bouffalants cannot touch at all. I wish I had Pursuit, because we're gonna, you guys will see, this turns into a bit of a thing. I did have knockoff, okay, thank God. This turns into a bit of a thing where he's just not gonna stay with Bouffalants on my Incineroar, which, you know, obviously he shouldn't. So at some point it's like, man, really wish I had Pursuit. But I'm not gonna stay in here, don't feel like dying to a Hydro Pump, just go to my Artemis. Doesn't really, you know, don't really need it at this point. I feel like I have enough ways to deal with Haxorus that it's, you know, it's whatever. Not too worried about Haxorus at this point in time. So I'm just gonna go for the Dazzling Beam. Try to get out of damage as much as I can with the Rotom. He's just gonna Volt Switch out. Artemis has done his job. It's, you know, knocked off the Rotom. You know, it's done things. He's gonna go into Bouffalants here, and yeah, I believe I just sack this. I click knockoff just in case he does like goes for Calm Mind or something, but I don't mind giving this thing a boost because even at +1, still can't touch Incineroar at all. So I'm like, okay, don't want to switch into a Fire Blast. I have an Incineroar right there. He gets a special attack boost, so you know that's to be expected. But I can just go into Incineroar and he literally can't do anything to me. The most he was doing was like 45% with +1 Fire Blast, so yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. As he's just gonna switch out again, once again into Rotom. They bite me in the butt not having Pursuit. A little bit of an oversight, but again, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, Bouffalants still can't touch on Tigre, so I just have to keep him healthy. And I didn't want to risk this earlier in the game, but I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna see if he's running any speed on Rotom to outspeed me. Turns out he wasn't, so I just clicked Darkest Layer twice and get rid of the Rotom. Picking off the second one of the game, which is huge. I believe it is 5 to 4 right now. He's gonna go into the Mega Glade. And I do have the Chocolate Berry for this, but I don't feel like, you know, taking that just yet. Going to Shaman. Pretty much just a sack, as well as to see what he's going to go for. And he is just the Savage, and I believe he just clicks SD this turn, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, looking all nice and ready to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, he just gets the SD up, which is a little bit scary, but again, not too worried about it. Not too worried about it. It does suck I just gave him a free SD, but at the end of the day, I have, you know, a Feeny in the back. He is just gonna kill my Shaman off of that spot. For Shaman, did his job. He got an HP bug kill. Good job, Shaman. But I can just go into Aquafini here, and yeah, it's time to click the good old Moonblast button. He is, of course, going to have coverage for me. I believe he had Poison Jab. Oh, no, he just had Zen Headbutt. Okay, that's not going to do as much as Poison Jab did. So it's going to do over half, which is, you know, still a lot. I avoid the flinch, which allows me to get off a Moonblast, which will put him in range of any hit from my Scarfnado King. So that was a little unfortunate that, you know, I just lose my Finny for basically just damage on a Mega Glade. But it means I don't lose the game to Mega Glade. And there's a larger chance he misses the Zen Headbutt, which, of course, he doesn't, because... You know, where's my luck? I'm kidding. But Finny's gonna go down there, and in comes the super cringy Calnido nickname. I'm not proud of that nickname. I have a better one. I have a better nickname. Don't worry about it. But I can just click Earth Power, get rid of the Gallade. It's the best move that I had to hit the rest of his team, so click that, kill the Gallade. I wanted to click Ice Beam, but he still had the Bouffalants in the back, and that would have been, you know, basically not really a misplay, but he didn't really cover the switch into Haxorus if he did go for it, but he is just going to go into Haxorus. As I just go into Scarlet, and Scarlet's just going to laugh at this thing. He's going to click Dragon Dance, which is, you know, whatever, it's fine. I'm a bulky Mega Scizor with near max HP. I don't actually have exactly max HP, so like I said, it's been a while since I recorded the team. Anyway, I'm just going to go for Bullet Punch, which is going to do around half, and I actually live a +1 Earthquake from this range because I am max HP. And, you know, Mega Scizor, man, that base 140 freaking physical defense coming through. And, you know, I can just go for another Bullet Punch. He's in range of, you know, pretty much anything I have in the back, so it's whatever. And thankfully, I actually get the roll. So that could have been a little bit scary with what I had left to deal with, but hey, it's, you know, fine. I get the nice roll in my favor for once. And in just comes the Bouffalants, gonna pick me off, like I said earlier. I don't mind giving this thing a Beast Boost, because I have Incineroar, which it literally cannot do anything with, so I'm fine with just sacking off Incineroar there. Or not Incineroar, Scizor there. And just bringing in my Incineroar right now. I thought about clicking the Ironhead just to do as much, just to, you know, catch the Sylveon on the switch, but I didn't want to risk it. I felt like that was a choke if he didn't stay in. He could have potentially 2-hit KO'd me if he crit me. So I'm just going to click the Darky Slurry and get rid of the threat that is the Bouffalants. He does miss the Fire Blast, which sort of mattered. He, like I said, could have 2-hit KO'd me. It means the Sylveon wouldn't have taken a hit, but I mean, I have a Scarf Nidoking in the back, and I'm just able to get off a Flare Blitz, which is going to do a tremendous chunk to this thing. It actually kills it. I thought Nidoking would kill, my bad. But Incineroar is actually going to come through, picking up 3 kills this week, which is absolutely huge. It's sort of like not even a really offensive set, more of like a pivoty, you know, just check to Bouffalants, and it ended up killing half of his team. So shout out to Incineroar for putting the team on his back offensively when it wasn't really meant to do that. But yeah, we are going to pick up the W week 1 in IBL. So GG to Turk. His link will be in the description, as will everyone else's, all the other coaches in the league. So go check out their games. They all went up either Sunday or Monday this week. I'm not sure when I'm uploading it. I'm probably going to upload on Monday, maybe Sunday, probably Sunday. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys are excited for the rest of the season in the IBL, let me know by leaving a like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. We're almost to 69 subs, man. I have 67 at the time of recording. Get me to 69 subs when this video goes up, please and thank you. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.